Calm down, people. How's everybody?
Calm down. Good.
Good.
Calm your clicks. Clicks. Calm your clicks.
Talking to the chats, huh?
Is that the primate clicking?
No. There's a saying.
Yeah. I got
be
copy.
confused.
I'm smelling what you're selling. I hear you.
This is a PG-13 show, folks. You can't say the
Well,
other.
this
version
is
of
the
saying.
nighttime show. We can say that. I thought.
NC-17. Calm your.
You gotta wait
jokes.
7. You gotta wait 7 minutes.
Right.
I thought it was 7 seconds.
minutes.
Oops.
The 4 horsemen of the Hampocalypse. Dennis, I love it.
Oh,
I
sweet.
love it.
Thank you, Dennis. That's awesome.
New sticker coming out soon, folks. Thanks,
Oh,
Dennis.
New sticker.
A new intro coming. I hate the other intro. I'm tired of it. I'm going to make a new
4
one.
horsemen of the Hampocalypse.
That's right. Sweet.
Have to get Joe Brett to do a voiceover for us.
We
He
got
would.
some news tonight.
Joe Britt.
Charles.
We got a lot of news tonight. Yours first.
My news?
Yeah, what's your news?
Chuck's first. Sorry, I thought you were talking about you
Chuck.
had some own news.
No,
Oh.
I don't. No, Charles.
I put a
Jim
video out
is
today on our new 9-to-1 kit, guys.
9-to-1.
Just so you guys know, I got a sty, so that's why my eyes red.
I think
That's
his
his
old lady
story?
got him with the rolling
He's
pin.
not. She ain't
They've
even
been
here,
hitting the
man.
pipe.
He
Yeah, the
lipped
pipe.
off. He lipped off one too many times, and Mrs. Thompson said no.
Yeah. Hey, how's my lighting, man? Does it look all right? Got my new lights up today.
Other than that bright red spot, it looks fine.
Oh, yeah, it's making my eyes red.
Yeah, we can see that in pretty HD, man.
Or you've been hitting the pipe really hard right before the show. One of the two.
Bar fight.
All right, let's
Hey, so we got our new kit.
Show it. Hide,
Show it,
hide
Charles.
that eye.
There it is. Here, let me see. How's that?
I'm telling you, I'm loving that black and orange, brother.
I know.
Yeah.
you do.
That does look sexy.
I
as
told
hell.
you.
That's
You
worth
gave
buying
me,
it right there.
you gave me stuff about. I mentioned orange before, and you're like, yeah.
I didn't complain.
Oh,
So
okay.
what all comes in that fabulous kit?
Well, why don't you show them?
Did you upload a new promo to?
Dang, I told you like an hour ago.
Told you
No,
like 9 times, brother.
I posted it. It's got a big picture of me on it.
You posted it in StreamYard?
No,
Oh no, he didn't.
he
do
posted
that.
it on the YouTubes.
I didn't go that
Chuck,
far.
Chuck, I'll tell you what. Chuck, link it to me. I'll take care of it. Jim, carry on with the show. When it's ready, I'll let y'all know.
How do you want me to link it to you?
Discord.
Just yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I had.
you can't grab it from the other all this Discord thing?
I don't know where you sent it either. I was busy.
It's in the general chat.
Ah, I see it. All right, I'm on it. Carry
You
on,
got
folks.
it.
Carry
You
on.
got it. All right.
Thanks.
I
At
got
least
it.
somebody's on the ball here. Who's that guy? Where's that guy we hired?
I thought Randy, he's been AWOL
Randy,
all day
to
today.
take care of it.
He had S to do. He ain't do S.
So
Right.
I did test that antenna out a little bit last night during the rainstorms.
Randy, turn the loop off.
It's off.
And I have to say that
Was not. Was not.
Thanks for the backup.
at times it was close to my doublet. Never, a couple times as good, sometimes just a little bit less, depending on where the person was, I think. Something about directions, I'm sure. Pretty good. And that's the let me just tell you guys the advantages to that antenna over the Apollo is the Apollo is about 64-ish feet. This one's 41 feet. So if you have a small area, believe me, it sets up way easier in a small yard. So, but you do need a tuner, guys.
Now,
Yeah.
what wire length did you use on this one? I know what you used, but tell them.
Oh, we use 41 feet, which is a random wire size. There's a bunch of sizes, but I've got a list, and we'll probably put a list of some of the closer ones. Maybe not the really long ones, but
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh
Richie.
Shake what your mama gave you.
Thank you, Richie.
Richie, appreciate it, man. You all right?
Richie joined as a member. What do members get when they join? They get anything? Nothing? We don't like
get-
our members?
Free
if they're
love.
quick, if they're quick, they get a first shot. I don't know. Just
That's
saying.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, in the Discord, I think we're going to post the pre-sale sale, right? And then members get a monthly chat. I think ours is scheduled for next Wednesday, right?
Next Wednesday. Yep.
And then there's a private section in the Discord for members as well, right?
where we might actually read and
is.
answer your questions with like true answers instead of something completely
Instead of just
made
making up stuff, right?
Right, which is what we do half the time. You have to decide which half. So,
Should I
Steve, you're
show
still
my
working on the
antenna's
thing.
built?
Oh
I
yeah,
am,
show
I
it.
am.
Show it, Chuck. Let me embiggen you.
I'm hiding my face there. There it is. And then this one actually had a baby.
What?
You guys can see it. It's got a little baby on the back there.
Want an
baby?
antenna? I bet that's a counterpoise, ain't it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You really were not paying attention today, were you? Must have been
No.
working.
I was at work,
Jim,
son.
take your Geritol, Jim.
Get your Geritol down. If you guys watch my video, I added a link to where I could add this antenna is going to be really good from 40 up. 80 and 1.8, it's good. It's really short for that. It'll tune it. My 981 will tune every band from 1.8 to 6. It's not going to say it's going to be great on 80 and the lower bands, but this is to add another 30 feet to mine, and I'll test that out one day too.
Yeah,
So that's something you
Toroid
can
mix.
do because most of the time you don't want anything over 40 for portable stuff, right? It's starting to get really big.
Well, the other one is that Toroid mix is sketchy at best on the lower bands. So it's really optimized for 40 and above.
So you can't really do
Jeff is
top
right.
band, isn't that what our British friends call that? Top
That's
top.
what the Brits.
band.
That's what the Brits call it.
It'll
And then
work, though,
we
I
had a
betcha.
question from
I'll prove it one day.
Raphael was asking a question
Raphael.
about the
What did he ask?
Counterpoise.
counterpoise.
17-footer. Is that what he wanted to know? I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah, we do a 17-footer on it, Raphael.
And the apes mantra is
Yeah, always be counterpoising.
that's right.
ABC,
ABC, baby.
ABC.
Always
So
be.
Jeff was saying we should give a shout out to Jose Can You See, because Jose Can You See is the current rescuer hero of the AIOC boards that we screwed up as a team here.
Shout
Yes.
out to Jose.
Yeah. So
Jose.
if you have one and you can't fix it yourself, first off, we refunded everybody, so there's nothing to worry about there. But if you decide that you want to fix it, more power to you. Enjoy it. We're talking about that saga, that drama, that love in the Discord. If you can't fix it yourself, Jose has offered that he will fix it for you if you cover shipping both ways. So join the Toads Discord. Links at the top of the chat over
Nice.
there if you'd like to
Nice.
get in on the action.
Where
Thank you,
is
Jose.
Yeah, when
And
he says
shipping-
both ways, he means pay to ship it to him and pay to ship it back. He's not talking about something else.
Right.
Right.
And the
That'll be awkward.
shipping on that AIOC kit is like $4. It's not not bad on shipping at all. So, if you can dig into the old lady's cookie jar, you might find a tenner. You're good to go. Just saying. So, Ape, what are you up to? What's going on in the Ape Cave?
Nothing.
Okay.
I've been playing around with this. This new multimeter that I got sent, the VenLab 600A.
This 600. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
and
a
I
showdown,
believe-
brother.
I believe you did one on this.
I got the upgrade, the 200 model. They get better as they go down.
Yeah.
I did.
This thing's
I
like
had
a
the
brick.
M.
I mean, this thing is a beefy
This
old
one's-
meter.
This one is too. It's for a little cheapy.
I like it.
Oh yeah, it's. I was thrilled with it. I thought it did a great job. Does that have non-contact voltage in it? Capacitance,
It does.
all
It's
that
got this
stuff?
little
Yeah.
nerdlet on top for non-contact
Yeah.
voltage.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
Looks like
it.
I don't think mine has that.
Yep.
Dang.
Missing
Wow.
out, Chuck. Missing out.
Chuck, when
Gotta pay
yours
extra
grows
for
up,
that.
it might have a bump. Right now, it's
All right, fellers. I have a word from our sponsors here. Thank you very much, Chuck and Steve To for making this happen. Jim was unable to assist in this one, but
Jim
here we
was
go.
not
Hi,
sitting
Chuck
in the
from
chat.
Coffee and Ham Radios, and we'd just like to show you our two antenna kits that we have. We have the Apollo and we have the Mercury. And this is the way it'll come to you. If you buy 1 to 2 at a time, we can actually get 2. Hi guys, Chuck here. Just making a little
how about I play
video
the
of
right
our new
clip?
antenna that we're offering at Coffee and Ham Radios. This will be a 9-to-1, and it will come in a USPS box
Randy?
just like this. That's what will show up at your doorstep. And inside, you're going to get a winder. The same high quality winder that we offer with all of our other kits. Basically, we designed it so that it would work for everything that we're going to sell. Get enough wire to make your antenna. Now this antenna is going to be a 9-to-1. So you will need a tuner, guys. There are some bands that it is really close on that you can use without a tuner, but you will still need a tuner just to make sure that it touch things up a little bit there. Okay, so in the package, you're going to get a coffee and ham radio sticker, heat shrink that will go over your winder when you get done, but make sure you guys tune it first, make sure everything's the way you want it. This one's really not a tuner because it is a 9-to-1 and you have to use your tuner like I said before. So in the package you're going to get three sets of wires. These are to wrap on your toroid. They're different colors just to make it easier. You're going to get a nice high quality toroid. You're going to get some ring terminals, a couple bolts and a couple nuts, and Abe's favorite, extra wire ties, little heat shrink, and a BNC kit. In the kit, and I don't have it right now, it's not written up yet, but you're also going to get a sheet that tells you what's included in the kit, and it'll also have a barcode on it so you guys can go get the instructions for it. The Smokin' Ape has made a really nice chart for you guys. Make sure you make sure you follow the instructions and where the wires go. You know, you don't want to make a mistake like some people do. All right, guys, that's all we got. Hope you guys enjoy these antennas. We like bringing this stuff to you guys so that you can build your own and learn what you're doing.
Ooh.
And I was referring to myself, nobody else on that building it wrong thing, guys.
Well, I got to tell you though. So the
Several
thing
cool.
is that the kit and the instructions, wrapping the toroid, you got to do that right. But the rest of it is just kind of guidelines, and you have some liberty to maybe you want to mount
Right.
something a little bit differently.
Make it your own.
Yeah, and that's the
I
whole
might
the whole
s-
idea
I might,
behind
I
them.
might switch mine over
Yeah,
because I think I want to wind it the other way.
but the whole idea behind them is just that it's a kit for learning and practicing and building and getting into building your own, so you actually end up not buying or needing the kits. So they're asking about the power rating. I think it's safe for 100 watts single sideband, and we're going to say 50 digital, like FT8 or something like that. But I've used the 9-to-1s on that same toroid at much higher than 50. So
Well, that's kind of what our guidelines for the Apollo was too. So
Yeah.
but it does a little bit more, but not much.
the manual's about 3 pages of instructions written in broken English, Mike.
Yes.
It
We-
has
we
pictures
hired-
too, Mike.
We
It's
hired a
got
guy
it actually has one that you can color in, so you should be happy with
we
that.
had it done in Chinese first, and then we had somebody interpret it.
So it's translated.
That was
That's
Jim.
excellent.
So well, no.
Yeah, well, you know it was broken. If Google got it right, maybe it's in English. Who knows?
Yeah, I asked Siri. I was like, Siri, can you write directions on that?
We should have Chat
ChatGPT,
GPT,
brother.
Yeah.
If you guys want batteries, do call Dennis. Yes, I saw that in the chat there.
So we.
Somebody's getting texted.
Yeah,
Not
that's me.
My alarm's probably going to go off in a little bit, but
I think
something
UPS
else.
just dropped some merch on my.
what are we talking about
Paraphernalia?
tonight? Anyhow, what is
I'm
tonight?
pretty
You're talking
upset
about nothing.
at the mail right now. Like I ordered a part to put on this radio right here, the mic input, and what I'm going to do with it is make an adapter so I can hook this up to the scope and stuff.
Oh.
And
Is that a 4 or 5 pin?
it's a 4-pin. And so it was supposed to be here today, but sure as shit, they sent me a message saying it'll be there tomorrow. And what's going to happen tomorrow is they're going to be like,
Which
oh,
it
it was
actually
lost.
is.
They're going to be like, if you don't get it by next Thursday, come back and let us know, and then we'll refund your money. And so,
right.
What am I supposed to do, right? Order another one and hope that one gets here? I don't know. It's just BS. I'm so mad right now.
I have a ceiling fan back here that quit working the other day, and I determined it was the start capacitor. Lowe's doesn't carry that. Home Depot doesn't carry that.
Mauser does.
Well, sure, there's like 27 places online that can buy a start capacitor, but none of them are in Montgomery, Alabama.
So
Went
you
to
could
a-
have had another fan installed by
Could have,
now.
yes.
Well, thank
Right.
you, Mrs. Perry. I appreciate that. You
Just
shut
buy
your
the
mouth.
same one. Buy the same one and take the capacitor out and be like, let's
and then
take it
return
back.
it.
This thing doesn't work.
I should have done that.
Or
Son
just
of a
People
gun.
of
return it.
Walmart.
So I ordered the capacitor online from Amazon the other day. I think I ordered it on Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. Whatever. And I've noticed that stuff gets to my
Oh, no,
office
it's got Echo
faster than it
built
gets
in.
to my house. So I had it shipped to the office. Didn't even think about that. I took off work this afternoon early so I could come home and fix my fan. But I left before the package got
Part
there.
got
And I
there.
got home and I'm like, where the hell's my package at?
I'm sick.
And then I
come
I
into the
just said,
office.
I'm deuces, I'm out. Yeah, so I got home early to fix the fan, but forgot that I had it shipped to the office and they hadn't delivered yet. So I got home and
So you
don't
didn't
have-
have to go to work twice in one day. Is that what you're saying?
no, I ain't turning around and going back. No.
Turn and burn, turn and burn.
No, negative. Lon, I did think about going over to Granger because there is a Granger store. I went before work and the place I went to didn't have them, so I just blew it off. And anyway, so we're going to talk about Pi-Star tonight. The plan is to do an install, or at least show you where to go to get your install. I have got 3 of them here already working, so
You're down to
We're going to talk
44
amongst
minutes.
ourselves. Jim's going to get it done while we all talk amongst ourselves.
what? I was doing like the show opening and the banter part. It even says that on the schedule, son. Banter. Banter. And then
Well,
because Chuck didn't have the video ready, we had to go through all that.
No,
And then
Chuck
you
had
played
it
the
ready.
wrong video.
At least I
Yeah.
was able to download the video, convert the video, upload the video, and then play it. Unlike
And,
him.
and you found it.
Right.
where to get a pie? You got to find some shady looking dude on a corner somewhere.
Right.
Our
Right.
Pi locator.
Yeah, you
RPi.
can use rpilocator.com, and you need to be on
I'm saying
top
Jim's
of
got
it
like
if you're
10
using
for
them.
sale, though.
No, Jim don't got none for sale. Don't have any. Never seen a pie, ain't got no pies. Don't
contact
come to
Jim.
my house looking for none.
Le Potato.
Why does that keep changing? Who's messing with stuff?
So if you want to install Pi-Star, then you're going to go to the Pi-Star website and download the Pi-Star software. And on the website, it's down here under downloads. And we go to download Pi-Star. You can play with the beta releases, and there's other mirrors where you could download the software if you wanted to.
And that's just an image that you write to the card, right?
This is the whole image for the Raspberry Pi. And unless you're running specifically a Nano Pi, one of these, the Odroid, the Orange Pi, just come down here and get the last version of RPI 4.1, which says October 2021. So click it, download it. That's going to download. That'll take a second. And while that's downloading, I'm going to minimize this guy. And we're going to look at Balena Etcher, and we're going to burn this thing to an SD card. I am going to steal
The
the card
Toadstool
out of,
group, Mike.
I'm going to steal the SD card out of my Node Red box and save it for later so I don't whack it. And
You've been whacking it enough today, right?
no, man, I'm married.
Obviously.
It's the story of my life.
You're doing it wrong.
So we're going to put our SD card in to the writer. We've already downloaded our image. And we're going to tell Balena, and you can use other apps for this, like Steve. What? Rufus?
Can you make that any smaller? I don't know if anybody. The font's probably too big for most folks.
He likes to share his whole screen at 4K resolution over.
Well, I could share the window,
1K
but then
screen.
you complain because you can't see the mouse cursor.
Jim, you have to adapt, man. You have to adapt.
No, you guys whine more than Yiddish grandma.
I haven't said a thing.
It's only the same thing that we whine about. You think you'd get over it by now?
Right.
Is that better, Princess?
Yeah.
Look
Yes.
at that. About time. It's like I'm playing Cards with My Brother's Kids.
Look at that folder. It says private. I wonder what's in there.
At least it doesn't say boobies.
It's pics of something you should probably ashamed to be looking at.
Jesus Christ. Select the zip file you just downloaded. You do not need to unzip it. Just select it and go. Select your target. Make sure that you don't select your hard drive or the wrong drive.
Etcher's pretty good about protecting you from that.
Yeah, and it will, Etcher will complain if you
You
pick
try,
something that's-
try to write it to your C drive.
it'll warn you. It'll say, "Yo, that's a pretty big drive. Did you mean to write a 8 gig image to a 1 terabyte drive?"
Oh, guess Jim wrote it to the wrong drive. I don't know what happened to him. He's gone now.
Had to cough.
Christ almighty, it's like I'm sitting here playing cards with my brother's kids or something.
Randy was on point, man.
Nerve-wracking
Set me
sons
up
of
for that joke.
bitches.
Thanks, Randy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question in the chat. Why would I want to run Pi-Star? What is it good for?
Yeah.
Good question, Kevin.
So you want to run Pi-Star on a Raspberry Pi or clone, and it will work on a lot of the Raspberry Pi clones.
We'll just skip
If
that
you want to
question.
use digital voice, so if you want to use D-Star, DMR, Fusion, NXDN P25, if you're elite,
Dang it.
that's what it's for.
Christ
Talk to me back
almighty.
in a minute, folks.
Well, I was like, why is he showing an antenna thing? So if you have a digital radio, there it is.
What's he got, a beagle or something like that? That sounds like a beagle. Brrr.
He's got like 2 or 3 dogs. This is our favorite DMR radio, the BTEC 6x2, 6x2,
Not sponsored.
however you want to call it. Not sponsored.
Got one around here somewhere.
Could be sponsored, BTEC. I'm just saying. So the ICOM ID 51, 52, any of the older ICOM HTs, it'll work with a 9700 because it does D-Star, any digital mode radio. So D-Star, Fusion, YSF are the big 3. And this lets you run this on a Raspberry Pi sitting in your house. Now, this is a Pi 4. This will run just fine on a Pi Zero, an original Pi Zero. It's a little problematic occasionally. Mine out in the shop is doing DMR on a Pi Zero, and I haven't had any problems with it. So it will run on just about any Pi. So we're all done.
I ran mine on a Pi Zero forever.
It works.
They've upgraded Pi-Star though. These are so old. I think I have to just reinstall everything.
They've been discontinued twice.
Well,
Right?
like I've got the extra software on here for the password to get into Brandmeister, but I think they came out with a new release or something, new secured release or something like that I need to upgrade it.
So once you've got your image done, you can do this 2 ways. Pay attention here,
boy.
kids. Pay attention here. You can take that SD card out and you can put it straight in your Raspberry Pi and boot it up. And it will come up as a AP, an access point, and you have to connect to it with your computer or tablet, whatever, and set up the Wi-Fi on it. Or you can do the extra step and take a drink of water.
Come on.
It would work on the Quadro, but I think you have to install
Hydrate,
Pi-Star
folks.
separately. I don't think they have an image for the Quadro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do it kind of manual-like.
Yeah. Now, and if you use the Quadro, you're going to have an external, a USB MMDVM device. This will work
make
with the
one.
Pi-Star with the.
The
Go on,
Quadro
Steve.
doesn't have the same pinouts on top of it as the Pi.
Doesn't have GPIO at
Doesn't
all.
have GPIO.
Oh,
So you can do something like this. This is a Zumspot USB, or you can get the Rzync MMDVM USB hat, which is a really bad name for it.
I've
Won't
got
work-
one of those.
Well,
I've
yeah,
never
the
even-
rsync one,
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever even opened a box.
You should be
Hold
able
on.
to use the Northwest Digital
Hold on 1 second.
DV dongle as well.
Yes,
go.
you can do that. Or if you're really,
would
really
work.
feeling frisky, you can use your IC705 as your MMDVM hotspot radio. That just seems like a really, 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 really expensive option.
Right. All right, while we're waiting on the primate to get back, let me share this now. And I know this is kind of small,
She said.
but but what we want, and I'll embiggen it in a second. So now, this is the thing, and pay attention here, guys. If you don't do this step, it will come up in I need to find Wi-Fi mode, and you can go through all the setup by connecting to Pi-Star setup over your Wi-Fi and doing it that way. I find that to be an incredibly annoying pain in the ass because it takes forever.
He said ass.
If you go back to the Pi-Star website and you go to Pi-Star Tools right here, and you go to Wi-Fi Builder, and then you go down here and you tell it your country, which we're in the U.S. I'm going to tell it the name of my Wi-Fi. And I'm going to tell it my password.
Nerd.
Trace Busta.
Oh,
And I'm gonna
you're
save
a
it.
special kind of nerd. You support the Braves.
So now this is going to save a file called WPA supplicant, and it's going to be in your download folder. All right. Let's get rid of that. Let me share
That is
out
correct.
Do what?
Correct.
What did Ed say?
It says if it's not a pain in the ass, it's not ham
Right.
radio.
Copy
100% correct.
So we want to go get that file out of our download folder. And we want to drag it into the boot folder.
Hang on. Randy wants me to do this. Hang on.
Okay. We want to drag it into the boot folder. I'm trying to get through this, son. It's 7:30. We got chip chop. Chip
Oh
chop.
my God! Run out of time.
Is this the RSync RTQ? Is that what you guys have?
RSync MMDVM HS USB hat.
It's a stupid name.
It's like
It's
a
a-
little black box. Is that how yours came?
No, it's a like a Pi Zero size board. That's it.
Mine's a whole thing in here.
Well, that's probably a whole.
Yeah, you got
Pi.
something different.
You might have a hotspot. Is that
They
from
must have sent
RSync?
me the. They must have sent me the boss level shit.
I guess.
It says MMDVM hotspot radio.
Excuse me.
Sounds like the whole thing.
So drag that. Listen to me. Pay attention here, children. So drag that WPA supplicant over into this boot folder. This will show back up as a hard drive in your computer. You'll have to pop out the SD card and plug it back in, and it will show up as a drive on your computer. And you want to grab this WPA supplicant and drop it in that folder, and that's got your Wi-Fi settings on it. So now we can eject that card. We're done with it. Right there. And pop that rascal out and put it into Pi, and then we can boot up the Pi, and when it comes up, it will be on my Wi-Fi, not the default blank setup Wi-Fi.
Put it in your
I think
pie.
this is the whole. I think this is the whole thing.
That's what I said.
I want some pie.
You got the
Yeah,
whole
RSync
banana.
sells this interesting device that takes the MMDVM hotspot hat that we're used to with the antenna and the screen and everything, and then allows you to put that thing onto a USB port instead of onto a Raspberry Pi. Realistically, the MMDVM hat is a serial device, so you know you just
Right.
got to do the wiring. You could hook it up to an FTDI chip and plug it into a USB port if you wanted to.
Yep.
I got
So
a Pi
once it-
Zero in here. I should sell this thing.
You rich, son?
I think I got one of those too, actually.
Are we done?
Just waiting on
That's
you.
what I'm wondering.
Well, no, all the banter, I just was going to wait because it's like, well,
Sorry,
I'm not going
sorry.
to.
Are we interrupting you, Jim?
If I have to keep talking over you, yeah, it's like, damn, son, hold your water.
Welcome to my life.
Remember, folks, Jim's not sensitive at all.
I'm
He
not.
must not. He must not
I'm
have
just
had his
trying to
Metamucil
talk over
this
the top
morning.
of you.
I'm just saying, somebody needed Metamucil this morning and didn't get it.
Jesus Christ. It is like I'm playing cards with my brother's kids.
Hey, Don, N5SKT,
Deal,
would
Mike.
you like to come on the stream? Jim's not
Don
getting enough
here?
hatred right now. I haven't seen him.
Here? I haven't seen him either.
He's probably at his club meeting, talking about his Anon and his
Ron.
carbon fiber mast.
Ron is correct. This is the point in the schedule where we banter.
Right?
Jim's just playing a part. He's a professional.
So,
Anthony, how you doing?
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
at this point, you have Pi-Star installed. And you should be able to connect to it over your network connection. And then
That
from
looks
there, it's a
different.
matter of setting it up.
That's fancy like.
Fancy.
Well, this is like one of those cooking shows.
Oh, he put his own.
I showed you how to add the raw eggs and the potatoes, and then I moved it off camera and came back with a complete one.
Chuck your timer to take your medicine's going off.
Yeah, I'm mad and useful.
It's Geritol hour.
It's b-ball
So that's
tonight, man.
that's the basic install procedure, and then from there, it's a matter of setting up for whichever mode you want. Now, one thing that a lot of people ask about, and I don't have a plain Pi unless I get the one we just tried to install. It's booting. It ought to be online here in a minute. The other thing is the Raspberry Pi, once you pick a mode, there's a screen right next to each mode. And I get 2 or 3 questions that I've seen over and over. and that is, can I run multiple modes at the same time? And what does net hang time and RF hang time mean? So the answer is yes, you can run multiple modes at the same time.
Hang time is the amount of time that the
Sorry,
guy
we have
that
an
jumps up
interruption.
to the basket can hang in the air as he slam dunks it.
You're hitting, Jeff.
Randy was trying something new.
He was trying it.
Music didn't last long enough.
So RF hang time and
RF hang time.
net hang time, what those mean is that RF hang time is how long it's going to, if this is if you're running multiple modes. If you're not running Fusion and DMR or D-Star or some combination of it, doesn't matter what these are. But if you're running multiple modes, you want to have that set. And here's what they mean. RF hang time is how long the Pi-Star will stay on that digital mode after you unkey the mic. So, for example, let's say you have Fusion and DMR on your hotspot. Both of them turned on so you could monitor some Brandmeister talk group and some Fusion talk group. RF hang time is, the Pi is scanning all the time, both of those different modes. So if you key up and talk on a YSF group, that RF hang time for YSF is how long the Pi will stay on YSF before it resumes its monitoring both modes. That's RF hang time. Whenever you let go of your radio, that's that RF hang time number, and it'll count down. So by default, it comes to 20 seconds, which works fine. And then you'll see net hang time, and net hang time is if someone else keys up. So if someone gifted Chuck with a DMR radio and programmed it for him, and he keyed up and tried to talk to me, but I wasn't listening, the net hang time is how long the Pi-Star is going to continue to listen on DMR after the last call unkeys, before it resumes scanning between multiple modes. So yeah, you can run one hotspot with 2 or 3 modes on it at the same time.
So, Anime was asking about a G90 and DigiRig. So that is a digital mode when you use DigiRig, but that's more like packet, I guess is what they would call that, packet radio.
Yeah.
The thing is that to use DMR or YSF, you need a radio that has an AMBI2, like the number 2, Roman numerals, vocoder, and it takes the analog signal and it modulates that digitally. And then you need another one on the receiving end to be able to demodulate that. It's different. And then the D-Star uses an older chip. It doesn't use the AMB2. I can't remember off the top of my head what D-Star uses, but it's a different older chip. It's not the AMB1, if that's what you're thinking.
No, and I don't remember either. And I was thinking D-Star used... Yeah, I don't remember.
It's different. It's a different. D-Star uses a little bit of a different protocol, if I remember correctly.
Well, they're all different protocols.
Well, they're all different, but the DMR and YSF are pretty closely related, and so is P25, right?
Right. There we go. All right, let me pop this up and show you guys what I'm talking about.
Looks like all of us there.
So this is the default page you're going to get. This came up on my Wi-Fi off that Pi. I was
are you
showing
sharing?
Are you sharing? Are you sharing something?
Wrong tab. There we go.
Still not there.
We're getting there.
Add it to stream for
There
Christ's
it
sake.
is. There it is.
I was over on the page.
109 degrees over in that piece.
Yeah, it's 109 degrees in this office without that damn ceiling fan.
You can get that fixed yet? I thought you got it fixed.
No, Cletus, I'm waiting on the part. So you're going to set this up as an MMDVM host almost 99.9% of the time. Simplex node, and then put in what you want for this information here. That's going to be your call sign.
Sorry.
When you put in the frequency, some of the MMDVM boards will do VHF and UHF. Some are UHF only. And then your Latin lawn, your town, and your Maidenhead grid, country, so on and so forth.
Hey
And then
James,
once
so
you-
that frequency is just between your radio and your Pi Star. It's
Yes.
the person you're talking to doesn't need the same frequency.
They do not. Let me go ahead and set this up because we won't see that screen I want to show you until I fill this in.
And they've updated Pi Star so you can't type in a satellite frequency, right? Because so many people were interfering with satellites.
I think you can, but it will turn red and let you know that you should not be using that frequency. I don't really remember. See, that's a bad one. It doesn't like that one. I thought that was pretty close. 437.95. Doesn't like that one either. There we go. We all good.
That ain't real radio.
It's got GPS in it. It's got to be close. You can point this at your own page on QRZ. If you leave it on auto, it will automatically pick it up. I'm not going to fool with APRS because I don't use it. And we are not in
You
London.
don't use APRS?
Not even.
It doesn't go anywhere.
APRS is a solution without a problem.
So if
Make
you
them
leave that
all
APRS
proud
host
right now.
enable off, then it's not going to broadcast out your location.
You're not beaconing this hotspot. That's correct.
I
Good info,
think you
Abe.
might need to do something in Brandmeister to turn that off too.
Uh-oh.
There may be. So it's going to apply the changes and reboot on us. And then when this comes back up, we can go from there. There we go. All right. So now the basic setup is done, and it's going to complain about the modem. We'll get there. So this is where you would pick what modes you want to use. And you can see over there, is that big enough, Ape? Do I need to make this huger?
No,
text?
it's good. It's good.
Okay. So DMR, D-Star, Fusion, YSF, actually, P25 and XDN. This will do some cross mode. So if you have a really cool FT5D and you want to talk on DMR with it, your Pi Star will cross you into DMR talk groups directly. Same with YSF to XDN or P25 and all the rest of that. So this is the hang time thing that I was talking about. I am going to make that a little bigger. And this is specific to each mode. So if I
No
want to
kidding.
listen to DMR and D-Star both, maybe I'm
Yeah, you could, Abe.
you could set each one to the defaults, or you could change it so that after I key up, the radio's going to stay on that mode for 20 seconds. And if someone else has keyed up, I'm going to have the radio just stay on that mode for 4 seconds. And then I could set these differently. And again, RF hang time is the time that it will stay on that mode from when you let up on the key of your radio. Net hang time is the time it'll stay on that mode when someone else unkeys the radio before the Pi Star starts swapping, listening to both modes again. And the other
Is that
thing,
20 seconds or is that like 20 milliseconds?
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Cow.
Well, you figure if you're having a QSO chuck, right, and you've got D-Star and DMR on, if you're listening to 30 Charlie, them people are yapping nonstop on there.
That's why you can't get off those channels. You can't even get out of those places.
Or USA,
It's like quicksand.
US,
No.
US,
Get in
what
there
is
and
it?
you just
America
can't get
Link.
out.
America Link.
Marklink.
So that's the biggest question that people ask. And can you run multiple modes? Yeah, you absolutely can. So we can tell it, yep, I want to run all 3 of the modes. I'm going to tell it I don't remember what this is. I think it's a serial or OLED. I don't remember. This is for the display screen. This one doesn't actually have a display screen. I was thinking of my other one. So that don't matter. We'll tell it apply changes. And it's going to do the save and give us that screen about its applying changes. And then when we come back, we're going to have to put in the modem info.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Well, that's because we change stuff. When you do the setup, it's going to.
No, I'm saying that they're saying that our node needs to be bounced.
Okay. Well,
DMR is working fine. It's in use right now.
Yeah, it wasn't Mike. I think Mike was on it, right?
Yeah, Mike and Ron and Scott.
What's up, Greg?
Yeah. Here's somebody.
so here's where you would set multiple configurations. So you could tell it DMR, we want to use Brandmeister, and we'll use 3102. This gets into a lot of specific Brandmeister settings, so I'm just going to apply those. I don't really care right now. And of course, every time you apply this, you have to sit through the reboot.
And if you do one area and you don't hit apply, then you update the other area and you hit apply the first one, you're going to lose those settings, right?
Yes, you will.
So you be diligent about that apply changes.
Right. So I need to add my Brandmeister password there for that to work. Brandmeister's not going to work right now. D-Star, tell it what reflector you want it to come up to. You used to have to scroll through this long-ass list, and now you can just tell it what reflector you want and your language, and if you want time announcements and call sign writing. And again, you apply changes. On Fusion, you just tell it what stinking room you want to go to, and you're done. There's nothing to do for Fusion. It's easy. If you are using an FT70D, this needs to be enabled. If you're not, it doesn't matter. And this is to pass wires X commands through to real Fusion nodes or something like that. I don't know exactly what it's for because I don't have a real Fusion node to mess with, so I don't really care what it is. It doesn't affect anything I've done with my FT70 or an FT5. Anyway, once you get all those modes set, then you're going to save your changes, and it's going to reboot once again. And the last piece that you need to do is you need to set your modem, which is right here. And you need to know what kind of modem you got. And this is what Steve was saying earlier. These are all the different kinds of modems that are going to work with Pi-Star. You probably have only one of two or three if you bought this thing off of Amazon, whether you bought a complete hotspot kit or a completed hotspot. There's only two or three modems that are pretty common. The rest of them you got to kind of go out of your way to find. They're not real super common on Amazon. And that's about it for the basics. The only thing I can think of that most people would be confused about is the modem. And the way to find that out is come down here and log in as Pi-Star, and the default password is Raspberry. Is that showing up well enough on that screen, or do I need to make this bigger?
It was
You're
big.
good.
Okay.
Well,
And then we're going to go, damn it, move my cursor. What in the Windows is doing things. There we go. You're going to do sudo
Don't be hating on Windows.
Pi-Star dash
Windows is the
find,
best.
find modem. Hello?
sudo Pi-Star.
Thought it was find modem.
This is the
Oh,
fun part.
I don't have a modem in here. This was not a hotspot.
For Christ's sake.
Right, I'll give you that one. But that is the command you want to run, is the
I
Pi-Star
gotta get some aspirin.
Pi-Star dash find modem, and that will tell you what modem you have. And you're gonna have something like a
Dope.
you're gonna have something like an MMDVM HS hat or HS hat dual or something like that. And that's the basic setups. I mean, if you guys got any questions.
Could
Dennis
can you
can't
use-
get into via OpenSpot.
Huh.
No,
Can
it's
you
on
use this with
Brandmeister,
Apes New
Dennis. so
Radio?
were you on Brandmeister? What, Chuck?
I wonder if Apes New Radio will do this. This 10-meter radio. But work on here?
No.
No, I don't think so. It might, but I haven't read the manual yet.
Awesome. It works. I heard somebody talking on it.
Yeah, I heard somebody too.
It must
Calling
have
all
been-
toads, calling all toads. This is KM9G on 319-2083.
You put the
He's-
echo board in that?
Yeah, he's getting into that CB stuff.
No, it's
Yeah.
this weird setup I've got going on. I have one radio that can hear and one radio that can transmit. So between the two of them, I have one working radio.
Oh, you have two Bofings?
And Jody, I believe there's some mouse over tips in
Those are
in
good
Pi
radios,
Star.
Supposedly.
I just don't use it enough.
How come they don't work 100%?
Because Brandmeister is a pain in the butt. DMR is ham radio, therefore it is difficult.
Randall, I just heard you.
For EEO, also on Fusion.
DMR's working fine.
Oh, I heard that one, Jim.
Yeah, I don't have my Fusion radio handy.
Who that?
Whiskey 1, Bravo Uniform Sierra on DMR.
I see
WN
Daniel
US.
and
Hey,
Sam and Randall, and I see Steve, and I see Chuck, and I see Abe.
You're dating yourself there.
Edward, Ed, I don't know what's your preferred nomenclature. So that's the basic setup of Pi Star, and the biggest takeaway is go to the website and do the tools thing. Otherwise, you will annoy the living piss out of yourself trying to set up the Wi-Fi.
Scott, somebody's dying on Chuck's floor there.
No such luck. I mean, I love the little guy.
Choking up a squirrel.
Push!
Yeah, he's
Dennis,
out
we're
chasing-
on Brandmeister, and if you don't have your, and like Mike said, if you don't have your Brandmeister password, it's not going to connect to Brandmeister.
Pico Rivera, California. That's got to be down south.
Man, you can
Oh,
almost
it's
hear him
on
if you put your
Icon
window
one.
out there.
That was Shane.
Michigan. I thought he was in Texas.
Update my address on that. Don't go to Pico Rivera. I think relocated to Orange County.
I got that stinking whistle on D-Star.
Shane's in
Yeah.
Orange County now.
Yeah, he's in Orange County. That's Shane. You know, he's got one of our antennas, and I hear
Randall.
from a good authority, my buddy, that he was kicking Butte on the big guns out there with his.
Did he have
I think
the
it was an Apollo.
Mercury? Or he had the
I think it
Mercury?
was I think it was an Apollo. I'm not sure exactly. We need to talk to him. He had it set up a little different. Had it actually in the air a little bit. But I heard he got a lot of DX the other day. That was at the HRCC
And it worked fantastic.
camp out.
Nice. Shane says it was the Apollo and it worked fantastic.
Good deal.
Nice.
I'm running the what update was this? W0CHP. I'm running the W0CHP version
Yeah.
of Pi Star, and it is fantastic.
Can you help out Anthony?
Anthony.
Anthony,
Rsync, Anthony, AURSINC. They work fine. I think they run about
AURSINC.
AURSINC. Yeah, I think you can get just the board. You can get a complete hotspot from them. They look on Amazon because they're on Amazon, and there's probably 30 or 40 hotspot vendors. They're all selling almost exactly the same board with a Pi. Now the price has gone up a whole lot. My first hotspot was a original Pi Zero for about $100.
Same.
I don't think you're going to get one anywhere near that now. It's going to be more like 180 or so for a Pi Zero 2W, which will work well. It'll work way better than a Pi Zero. But and the other consideration I've heard about, and I've never run into this, supposedly if you run multiple modes at one time, it also is going to could potentially run slower, especially on a Pi Zero. So your mileage may vary with multiple modes. And at the end of the day, the biggest thing about running multiple modes, which Steve indicated was a big question he'd heard too,
I did.
is, you know, if somebody's talking on D-Star on 30 Charlie or America Link on DMR, and you're trying to monitor 2 or 3 different modes and different channels, talk groups across those modes, it's just like a scanner. If Pop's talking about his colonoscopy on America Link, you're not going to hear the other Pop talking about his gout on 30 Charlie. So,
Sell it, man.
you know, I at the time I put all mine together, I have one Pi Star for each mode. I don't really need it anymore, but I could. I just
Right.
leave them because I'm too lazy to undo it.
So, to answer Anthony's question on AVOX, this is the version.
We lost you.
Okay, that is the Anthony. There's Steve. Keep that picture up. That's a good picture. Let me embiggen that for us. So that is not a Pi Zero. Does that say it comes with a Pi, Steve? 'Cause
That does not.
Yeah, see, this is kind of a misleading picture. You still need a Pi with this. But what this is the serial board we were talking about earlier. I'm moving my mouse over that bottom picture. Of course, you can't see that. Now Steve left.
He lost his sound. His audio.
Who's he think he is?
you want me
FET
to-
Labs?
You want me to take mine apart so you can look at it?
Yeah, do that, Chuck. Chuck, you have a hotspot?
Yeah. Dennis,
know if you
actually,
did.
I watched Dennis's video. Dennis? Adam? Dennis? Yeah, Dennis.
So, Anthony, the answer to your question is this. You need 2 pieces. You've got to have a Pi. You can get away with other boards, but you need to know a little bit more about it before you fool with them. Some of them are drop-in replacements. Some of them are not. So be careful. And by that, I mean pin compatible. Like Ape was talking about the Quadra. Be a great machine for it. Can you pop those apart, Chuck?
I don't know.
It looks like it's screwed together.
His may be. I don't know.
It's all screwed, yeah.
Okay.
Can you see it though?
Yeah, let me zoom you in. So the bottom board that Chuck is holding, that's the actual Raspberry Pi 0 or 02W. The board on top, and there's variations of it, that one has a screen on it, but that is the MMDVM board. And that is the one that has the RF to computer translation in it.
It works too. I built it.
But they're saying they want something that they can just USB into something. So
Yeah.
RSync does
So-
have that as well, right?
I wanted to correct Jim real quick because I had to, and then my mic cut out because Windows. But this is the USB version only. So this bottom board here is the. Will you stop
For
that?
God's sake.
This bottom.
Lost.
Say it again,
lost
bro.
audio. Lost your audio.
Try it again, Steve.
Again?
It's back. It's back.
Fucking Windows. Yeah, I'm not touching anything. Hands free here. And this is the USB version. So this one's $55 versus the 100 and change version that you get that includes the Raspberry Pi.
Right. And you can use that with your computer. You don't have to have
Yes.
a Pi for that. With the Blue DV software. And you can also
Yes.
use that with a Pi if you had a Pi. That's
Good
kind
luck.
of it's kind of like a chicken and egg thing with that.
Yeah, but when you use Blue DV, you're not using Pi Star, right?
Correct. You're running a Windows app on a Windows computer.
It's a whole another show.
Yeah.
According to TO, it won't work.
Now
I
go
didn't say it
back. They
wouldn't
had
work.
something for like $25 on their site.
Well, that's the HM the serial adapter board piece.
Go to the RSync page.
Yeah, go to you'll never find it looking through
On
Amazon.
RSync's own
Go to
website.
RSync.
No.
store.
Just click on that RSync hotspot right there, the $55.
Yeah, okay. I get it. I know what you're talking about.
All right.
Of course, it's not on this one. Jeez.
It is. It's right at the top.
Oh, there
right.
it is.
Jesus wept.
Oh, come on, Jim. I don't see you sharing the screen.
You had it. I'm letting you be professional.
I'm doing it.
Professional.
Bad USB necklace.
And at the top you have, in the top menu, you have DVM hotspot. Here you go.
So we're looking for just the USB board. Right there.
That's it, right there.
All right, there it is.
$25.
$25.
Which is cheap because I paid for my hat. I paid I think like $50, and that was like 5 years ago.
But that's an MMDVM hat, right? That's got the chip in it.
It does.
Yeah, so and this is where this is a little misleading. They call this an MMDVM HS USB hat, and it
All it
indeed
is a serial to USB adapter.
Yeah, it is not. This will not hotspot by itself. This requires an MMDVM board or Blue DV on a computer. You can hook this via USB to your PC and run Blue DV software and then talk digital modes. Absolutely will work.
But you can't use a radio with that, right? Because this doesn't
You
have
cannot
any.
use it. Correct.
You
'Cause
need
that
that
don't
kit
have
that
a
I showed
radio.
a second ago.
So somebody can buy this for $25 and get. It's not real ham radio though, but and then you can get on to DMR, right?
Correct.
It's a
No,
Blue
you need
DV.
to buy the other part also.
No.
What other part?
No, you can get on DMR with that, with Blue DV and a USB cable.
All this thing is that I'm showing you that you guys forced me to go to this whole store thing. All this is the USB to UART converter.
Yes.
You don't have the radio, you don't have the chip, you don't have nothing. You need the other part to go with this.
No.
Okay.
You
buy
plug
it,
that
Jim.
in the computer and Blue DV will work just fine because you're not using RF. You're
There's
just
no radio on this.
It's
There's no
$25
nothing.
challenge.
This is an FTDI chip. You have one of these in your possession. Take the radio part off the top of it and prove to me that it radios.
Oh boy.
and it doesn't radio. I never said it
Right.
radioed.
Right.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Yeah,
do-
but you could talk. You could talk into your mic on your laptop and use Blue DV, right?
Hey, bum. Come on. Hit it.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be on TO's side on this one.
I might be confused.
You need the ginkgo
That's never
biloba to
happened.
Geritol.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to see the $50 product.
The video one. Ken,
Your audio's gone again, Steve.
See, that 185 is the one that they sent me. But this has no computer, right? So you need this to plug into your laptop or desktop, but you would still need a radio for this thing.
Yeah. That would let you RF from your handheld or whatever digital radio you had, and you would plug that into your laptop, computer, whatever, and Blue DV is your hotspot at that point. And Steve is right. If you hook it up that way, you absolutely need that. That's correct.
Steve says he'll take his apology written.
Steve will
can't
take
hear
it
it.
however I give it to him, and he'll like it.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
It's hot back here. My brain cells are melting. I'm about to.
You're glistening a little bit, Jim.
I am
did
glistening.
you eat tonight, James?
No, I have not ate either.
That's
You need
what
a
it is.
Snickers. You need.
I'm not hangry. I'm just hot as shit back here.
Can you? I
brain
can't hear
be
Tio.
working?
Can you? Y'all can hear him or?
No, Tio
you
is not
can't hear
making
him?
any noise.
You guys can't hear him?
Well, his dumbass is muted. No, he's still. Well, no, he's not. He's unmuted now, but I still didn't hear him talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
Your audio's worse than Jim's. At least when Jim's is bad, we can hear him.
So at a minimum, you need this $55 kit, right? Is what you're saying.
Yes.
acting up.
Yes.
What?
This thing is acting up today.
It's
Are you on
almost as bad as
Windows?
that.
Are you on
Yeah,
your
of
Linux?
course. I'm on
Well, I
Windows.
thought you were on Linux. I thought you were on Linux.
No.
Anthony, no, not on the Quadra. Not on the Quadra, because you would have maybe on the Quadra, but not with this, because this stuff requires a GPIO board, and the Quadra don't have GPIO. Correct, Stephen?
Correct.
Because you've opened your Quadra up.
50% milk.
I'm not having hot flashes, Scott. I'm having a freaking meltdown here, son.
Camo ball.
Hammer
So-
claws.
Yeah,
30
hammer
degrees at
claws.
his house right now. So
It ain't 30 at my house.
He's not having no hot flashes.
It's like 85 here.
Oh, okay.
So what this does is that's without a pie. If you add in the pie, then you're going to add $150 or something to it.
Well, the whole kit with the pie and the hat standalone without connecting to the computer, so is $185 on that website.
All right.
Wow, that's expensive.
And you know, Thump has a I think it's on Thingiverse, an STL to build your own
Yeah,
open spot equivalent.
but you need a
But
chip
you still have to
because
have the pie. And
well, you need a chip too because the way he builds it, you run off of 18650.
okay, yeah. Now
Sure
the
he pulled
open
that
spot
down? He's selling
two-
those things now.
3 and 4, not the 2. The
He's
open
probably
spot
playing on
3 and
his
4
new
have
printer.
batteries built in, and they do the whole thing. But you're also looking at 3 to 4 bills for an open spot. So, I think that's right. Does anybody have an open spot 4 out there? I think somebody does.
No.
I, Charles, I wasn't even going to ask. I'm still
The
surprised you have a pie.
The 4 is for $400.
You've
right?
seen it like 6 times, dude.
You
know the
pretend
first
that
thing
I
to
was
go?
listening. I don't. What?
You know, the first thing that goes is your memory, and I forgot the other
Yes, that's right. Well, and my chest used to be up here, and now it's migrated south. So
You need that memory booster, the ginkgo biloba.
one.
I need a lot of things. Kenneth, how much was your 4 Pro, if you don't mind me asking? I think my Open Spot 3 was like 400, if I remember right, $399 for that.
Sammy Weaver says he's got one too.
How much is it, Sammy?
Big money,
Sammy or
Sammy.
Kenny? Sammy's right up the road from me.
You should drive over there and check it out. You guys could do a collab video.
No, I don't collab. Because every time I collab, I get grief.
Old Hank over there says he forgot. He can never remember to take his ginkgo.
That's right. That's the problem I have. Jason said hotspots are killing ham radio.
Jason who?
KB1WSE.
KB1?
Yeah. Yeah, Jason, I've got 3 of them here, 1 in the shop and my open spots in the truck. $360 for the 4 Pro, so that's not a bad price. That's came down a little bit.
Wow. You could buy a computer for that price.
Well, you
In
could
fact-
buy two. You could buy 2 QT40s, and
Or
and
5
$50
Jacopotamuses.
right, and a $50 crap top.
I was trying to do the math, but I couldn't math. So
Yeah, that Skybridge. Now people are going to get upset at me for saying this, but that thing's. I'm sorry if anybody's got one. I would never spend $600 on that.
Because I
not-
believe,
What is
and
that?
correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you will, the Skybridge is just a Raspberry Pi with a fancy screen. It's
Yeah.
not anything different.
And I've got a video showing you how to hook that fancy screen up.
The Skybridge is running Pi-Star, the free software, on a Raspberry Pi with a screen. So,
Anthony's saying it's a piece of LaRue.
well, there you go. Anthony has completely validated our opinion. Overpriced.
came apart too. Junk.
And it's got a fancy case, which you can get a fancy case from the China people on Amazon for like $9.
Racist. What do you mean the China people?
Whoa,
There's
you
like
can't say
27,000 Chinese vendors selling Pi 4 cases on Amazon. They ain't from Germany. They're not from Finland.
I think I got this case from C4 Labs.
that. Yeah.
And-
now that looks nice. That's not one of those sketchy ones that comes in like layers, is it?
It is, and
Oh,
you
it's
and I had to
layers.
do. I have a full video showing the build of this, and I did have to do a little Dremel work to get everything to
Okay.
fit in here.
I'm
and then
surprised he
this-
hasn't popped it up on the.
You
Yeah,
took
right.
your paper off.
Your,
And then this was a complete kit that I bought. It was $104, and then I bought the case from C4 Labs. It was another like 25 or something, and I put it in here. Now, I don't know where the antenna went. I must have taken it off or something, and I don't know where it went.
I didn't
But I
know
used
about
to
the
do. I
C4
used to be
Labs case. That
DMR.
looks
I used to
nice.
do DMR all the time back in the day.
And you don't anymore? At all?
Never.
I'll be honest, I don't get on digital that much because I don't want to talk to people.
Well, I used to like listening to TAC 310 before they put the kibosh on everybody having fun.
Right.
It's like the fun police. They're like, we don't want everybody using TAC 310 because somebody might need to use TAC 310.
Well, isn't TAC 310 doesn't mean tactical? It means talk around channel, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what they got. But they ran everybody off, and then I stopped listening. I stopped listening to it.
Well, we're at
lie.
8:05, y'all. Guys, we have a digital voice channel in Toad's Discord. So if you have questions, drop them in there. We have a Linux chat in the Toad's Discord. We have Windows where we talk about Windows and not freaking Linux. Just saying. Just saying. I'm a race car running in the red. So there's several places you can ask questions about Pi-Star in there. Steve, we don't have a specific Pi-Star channel, do we? I don't remember. I don't think so.
It's just in digital Toads, right?
Just digital voice, yeah. Just digital voice.
I was going to ask Steve if there's anything we didn't do for the Yoda camp, because we are doing something for the Yoda camp. But we can't hear you.
I'll play the role of T.O. All right, folks. So T.O. here. What I'm going to do, we're making 35 antennas to send to Yoda camp, and then I can't even do it. He talks too fast.
So
He's not talking. He's just mocking us now.
I was flashing some of these. I played around with some two-tone.
You were
stuff last
zoning out
night.
is what you were doing.
Check that out, man. Isn't that cool? I did it redneck way though. I cut it and just forced it up in there.
So you're printing
But
them
we-
out for the chillings?
But we're printing these. These are our little QRP ones that we've never really sold. Man, those lights are bright. And so we're going to donate antenna kits. I think we're doing everything but the Toroids. I don't know.
I think we're doing the
somebody's-
Toroids too. I can't.
I thought we
Or
were
are
doing
we?
the Toroids.
I thought we were doing the whole kit, but Tio's the only one that knows about it, and we can't hear him. So, but we're
Chuck,
we're
how many
printing
of those have you got printed? Because I need to get some stuff. I'm going to get the rest finished this weekend.
I got my half done.
So I need to print 17.
No,
Somewhere around 17 and a half.
I got about 15 or 16 done.
We have to give 35, so you each have to print 17 and a half.
Done.
And then
yeah.
I think somebody else is doing the Toroids though.
I don't know.
It's you saying
I'm going to hand wrap
I
all
think,
the Toroids.
it was,
that was my plan.
Right, look like a bird
We're
nest.
going to show the kids, this is how you don't wrap a toroid.
Y'all,
Now,
Chuck
take
sent
all
me,
that wire off and redo yours right this time.
Chuck sent me what is the name of the 9-to-1, by
I
the
don't
way?
know, you guys, you
Aries.
an A for that.
Aries?
Aries.
Aries.
I like that. Is that a woman? My wife said we
No,
need to
that's
do
a guy.
woman.
He's the god of war, the Roman god of war.
I wanted
Mom-
it to be the
Mama
Aphrodite, but
says that's what she wanted. She wanted Aphrodite.
James was like,
yet.
no.
It ain't
no."
named yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
said
Tio, you
Steve
should just
all
talk
over
into the
whiteboard.
talk group. We'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, maybe we could hear you there. Could you talk to? Well, anyhow, we're trying to support the kids this year, and I think, gosh, who was the guy's name? I forget the guy's name. I sent him a, I guess a winder so he could fit them for us.
Hey, this could be a use for emergency radio for hams right now. I'm in the middle of a stream, and Steve has lost his audio.
I think there's 1 million videos out in the first look today.
All right, Steve, I'm on.
I always got to do this roundabout way to get him through GMR.
Oh, that's Dennis. Dennis, what a manly voice you have on radio.
I was about to suggest in the stream they should just go to our gateway. They wanted to hear D-Star, but everyone's on DMR, so it's cool.
Your radio's not working, Tio.
Well, it only half works. That's why it's got two of them.
Yeah, but the Toad do all three, though, does it not? Am I mistaken?
It does
I've got my
sometimes,
using
Mike.
DMR.
Don't judge. I rebooted it. It might be working now.
Yeah, mine does.
They're not listening. Dennis, quit pimping yours. Dennis, you stop it.
Yeah, Dennis is trying to scoop.
Big
What's all that?
stinky head. No, son, I did not screw it up. The Jankopotamus software that it runs on screwed the pooch. I have to reboot
Dennis
that
says his
thing.
works fine. That's what he says.
Whatever, Dennis.
But
Dennis.
what Jim said was as well. It's easy
that
to
was the
work fine
best.
when there's nobody on it. How about that?
That's
I
right.
thought that was the best computer there is for ham radio. Ape, are you trying to rip me off?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about, Chuck?
No, I got new cans today. I got these Audio Technicas.
No, I was talking about the computer.
What did I do with the computer?
I don't know what he's talking about. I
He's
think
bringing
having
me a
stroke.
computer. I mean, if
Oh,
I
yeah,
happen
yeah,
to,
yeah.
if
No,
I
that's
happen to
right.
see him anytime soon, he's going to bring me a computer.
Yeah, it's right over here.
Jason, it's jank software on Linux. And
I'm
it's
gonna
not
need to make sure
Linux,
I
the
put that in the
OS.
box.
It's just the software's a little sketch. I rebooted the D-Star box, so it may be back up now.
All right. Well, anyhow, I didn't want to break that up, but if you guys help the kids out some, if you can, I don't know. It's up in Canada this year, right?
Canada.
It's
Yeah.
Canada this year.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit the button. Guys, thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Had a
Appreciate
great
it.
time.
Yeah, thanks
See
for
yous.
being here, guys. Your antennas will be